Did you pay the ward? Did you pay the ward? Did you pay the ward?
At this point, I'm just going to start getting in there with this hulking raptor. If they want to block, that's damage to them. We can get it back next turn if we want. Start clearing their board. Yep. They take 4. We gain 4. They do have go for the throw, but they're just going to take 4 more. Then we just get it back next turn. 16-point life swing in 1 turn. Seems good. Are you absolutely sick of running into so much hard removal on ladder? Guess what? Me too. And I have got just the deck for you. Today we're playing a deck I am coining as Ward Tribal. I made this deck almost as a joke because I got so tired of running into all the removal on the ladder. But with a little bit of tweaking and finagling, the deck has actually become quite viable, and I've been doing pretty well with it. And today I'm going to try to hit Mythic with you guys with it. Let's go over the deck really quickly. Just a bunch of ward creatures, pretty much. We got Tamako Honor Guard as a 2-mana 3/1 with Ward 2. It's just an aggressive card that's difficult to remove. Can't be cut down or anything like that until later in the game. Axebane Ferox and Graveyard Trespasser work kind of nicely together because Graveyard Trespasser removes cards from graveyard. It also has a difficult to pay ward because they have to decide if they want to discard cards to kill it. And then Axebane Ferox requires them to collect evidence 4, which the Graveyard Trespasser can remove the things that they can exile from their graveyard, making him almost X-proof. Hulking Raptor, just a solid 4-mana card that can ramp us up into our bigger cards that I'll get to in a moment. Also has Ward 2, so I mean, basically our entire deck requires them to pay either the same amount of mana to kill our creatures as we're paying to play them, or to pay more in some cases by making them pay multiple resources. Then we get to our big creatures, and we've got the new Vein Ripper at the top end here as a 3 black vampire assassin 6/5 with flying and ward sacrifice a creature. Now we're running a little bit of removal of our own in 3 Go for the Throats and 3 Virtue of Persistences. And just also playing creatures that they have to block. So it's pretty easy to keep creatures off the battlefield. And even if they actually do manage to hard remove this, it's still going to deal 4 to them because it's going to deal 2 to them and gain us 2 for the creature that they sacrifice. And then when he dies, he triggers off of himself. So an 8-point life swing, even if they do manage to kill him, which is pretty sweet. And in some cases, it can just allow us to attack into a full board of stuff because whenever they block with something, if our stuff dies, their stuff dies. That could be the lethal that we need. I'm also running 3 copies of Gruff Triplets because it's 9 power and 9 toughness of Trample for 6 mana spread across 3 bodies. And these don't have ward, but they might as well because you really don't want to kill one of these guys with targeted removal because then it buffs up the other 2. So the card's just really fantastic. Then we've got Phyrexian Fleshgorger. You all know and love Phyrexian Fleshgorger. It can be a 3-mana 3/3 with Menace and Lifelink, or it can be a 7-mana 7/5. And its ward is having to pay life equal to its power. So in some cases, they don't have the life to pay for it. So the deck is just full of difficult to deal with threats, and it's actually a lot more aggressive than it looks. And I have been having an absolute blast just making people very upset with it. So with that, let's go ahead and get into some games and stick around just to see all the fun that we're going to have. All right, who's our first victim? I'm ready. Ow, all right. See if we can make somebody frustrated with our ward triggers. We get to go first. This is a reasonable hand. We'll try it. Need to find some lands. Put a little bit of removal here just in case. Keynote Scout for the opponent. Farming Emergence. Alright, well, since we drew another Virtue, we'll go ahead and kill this. A surprising amount of life gain in this deck. So it's actually quite good against Mono Red even. Theotor is playing another Keynote Scout. Eternal Wanderer on top. Okay, Restless Cottage for us. Go ahead and Virtue that. The next turn we can either play, if we draw land, we can play Raptor, or we can just play Gorger. Opponent's up to 3 in the yard. Gix. Alright, we find a land. So I'm going to go ahead and play Hulking Raptor. If the opponent wants to attack and draw, that's fine. Because we get to play Vein Ripper after that. Actually, if we just draw a land, we can play Virtue of Persistence and start stealing their stuff out of their yard. That's pretty tempting. Demir's Garden for the opponent. The opponent considering emergencing a C-Note Scout? They are. Another emergence on top. We find a land. So right now they only have a C-Note Scout, so they may actually just C-Note Scout. So I'm actually going to just play Phyrexian Flesh Quarter until they get something a little more valuable into the yard. No attacks. And if they want to kill the Gorger, they got to pay 7. Brass's Tunnel Grinder, alright. They can discard, so they've got 4 permanents in the yard, so they still can't get back Wanderer yet. Another Gorger, oh my goodness. Maybe this is just the line. If they want to trade with this. Go up to 31. Old Rustine. So they mill an Atali. That's scary. They don't have enough stuff in the yard yet. I think this turn we play Virtue of Persistence. And pass. Well, yeah, we pass. Because if we don't pass, there's another Atali in the yard. Can they get one more permanent in the graveyard and cast Squirming Emergence this turn? Is the question. Land. I know we could attack for a lot with the Flesh Gorgers, but then they just block with everything and then get back. Okay, so they were not able. Well, they have 7 now. Do they have a third Squirming Emergence? Oh, they do. Goodness gracious. All right. Now they get an Eternal Wanderer. Although they don't have mana to pay the ward for the Hulking Raptor, so they actually have to target the Flesh Gorger here if they want to kill our board. They're going to exile their own Atali. They get it back. They get a Tunnel Grinder and a Virtue of Persistence off last. That's a pain. Alright. I'm not feeling bad about this, though, if I'm being honest. Wait, they had 2 Atalis in their yard. What happened to the other one? I'm so confused. How did that get exiled? Oh, the Graveyard Trespasser. They're smart. Alright. Well, I suppose let's play Vein Ripper. And get in there. They're not going to kill us through damage right this minute. The reason I didn't attack with the 2 Phyrexian Flesh Gorgers last turn was because they could have just blocked all the damage, and then that would have given them enough permanents to get back Atali. So I was hoping they wouldn't have a way to get enough stuff in the yard to get their Atali back, but unfortunately that just didn't work out. One way or another, they're dead here, I believe. Because they have to put 4 creatures in front of the Flesh Gorgers, and then 1 in front of the Raptor. So that's a lot of damage. Well, no. Okay, if they put a Tali. No, but see, they still. Okay, they messed up still. So that's lethal. They were supposed to not kill my Flesh Gorgers. Vein Ripper, man. Coming in clutch. Time and 1. Alright, let's get the Mythic. We found an opponent. Robert's Wizards. Let's see what Mr. Robert is playing. Opponent's going first, but I like our opener. We'll keep. Swamp for the opponent. I like to see that. They definitely don't like to see a bunch of ward stuff. Tenacious Underdog. We will Virtue of Persistence that. We're also playing removal. Alright, so go ahead and remove that. Opponent's stuck on 2 lands, so would have been nice to get this Tomoko Honor Guard down, but killing their threats is too important. No land, so we play Trespasser, get rid of one of these underdogs. Liliana of the Veil, gonna make us sacrifice our dude. One of the few ways they can get around our ward. That's okay. Really use a land. Play some Opal Honor Guard. Opponent is not having the same struggle that we are. Opponent's like, what is this card? So they can't pump it twice, so we'll block. We're not really stressed about keeping it around to attack the Lily, because if we draw a land, we can just Ferox the Lily. I'm gonna discard the Vein Ripper for right now, because the triplets is gonna be better against them, I think, when we draw the land. They do not have Collect Evidence for right now. Yeah, they do.
It's no fun when they hit back.
They won't for the second one, though. Fixes command. Alright, so we'll play another one. And then if we find one more land, we can drop the Scruff Triplets, and that should be very good against them. They do have enough stuff in their yard to pay the ward for this. Arcane Flesh Forger, I'm fine with that. And an underdog. Hulking Raptor gets us to Gruff Triplets. Full attack, because if they want to double block it, they both die anyway. Yep. Evolving Sleeper. Opponent can pump it up. I'm actually going to play Virtue here, since they have a Flesh Gorger in the yard. No attacks. Start gaining us some life. Then we can play Gruff Triplets next turn. Oh, they have a Graveyard Trespasser to exile it. That's okay, they can't exile everything. We can't get their Gorger back, but we can still get something good back. They do not have enough mana to pay the ward. Alright, so we don't want their underdog. We will take a Vein Ripper, though. That seems pretty good. We will play a Gruff Triplets. Make a couple copies. Play with the Opal Honor Guard. And at this point, I'm just going to start getting in there with this Hulking Raptor. If they want to block, that's damage to them. We can get it back next turn if we want. Start clearing their board. Yep. They take 4. We gain 4. They do have Go for the Throw, but they're just going to take 4 more. And we just get it back next turn. 16-point life swing in one turn. Seems good. Phyrexian Flesh Gorger for the opponent. Not particularly concerned about that right now. Virtue of Persistence. That's one way to kill it without it putting counters on everything. Did they kill the original though? There we go. Victory! Who can it be now? Fett 6470. You think it's Boba Fett? I think so. I'm Boba Fett. This is pretty good. We'll keep. Opponent's going first. All the Tyvar stands. Mono red. Or maybe not exactly mono red. Some kind of red deck. Okay, our Trespasser's pretty good. That's life gain later. Can't go for the throat rabbit battery though. Another rabbit battery. More things we can't go for throat. Right. Play some local honor guard. Might be able to race them if we draw land. What's the opponent got? We need a third land. We need a third land. Can we get a third land? Pretty, pretty, please. Iconic Hazard. That is unfortunate. Is this like a Judas deck, maybe? It's a land, but it's one of our few tapped lands. Godric. Oh, we can go for the throat Godric. Get out of here, Godric. And then we can eat it with Trespasser next turn. I think we still Trespasser this turn because then we can protect the Trespasser. Yum, 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 yum. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll lightning strike our Trespasser. Professional Facebreaker. They get treasure tokens whenever they deal combat damage to us. They're really gonna attack? Okay. Num 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 num. Mr. Werewolf is hungry. You get a treasure. Sacrifice treasure, they get free cards to play. Makes sense. Axebane Ferox. I like that. We play Axebane Ferox. Opponent is tanking on something for 1 red mana. He must have a play with fire or something. I think I'm going to do the smart thing and hold back here. We need to get rid of this professional Facebreaker. And if we attack, we can't do that. And they would make 2 treasures this turn, so they'd be able to basically draw 3 cards. That's no bueno. We have Tyvar stands to protect our stuff, so ward plus Tyvar stands, that's just nasty. Alright, so they're gonna, I don't know why, maybe because they want to kill the Trespasser if we double block. Maybe they have like a monstrous rage or something. What could it be? Opponent is going to combat and attacking. I will happily block your professional Facebreaker. See whose face he wants to break. I imagine he's going to put Trespasser in front. See if he has a oh no, he's putting Ferox in front. He must have a combat trick of some kind. Ancestor's Aid. Alright. Well, this is going to make him sad. Our Ferox is indestructible now. Bye-bye, professional Facebreaker. Now they could still have a monstrous rage here, which might let them kill our trespasser. They do have a lightning strike. They discard a Kumano. Their breaker still dies though. They don't get a treasure. We play a hulking raptor with more Tyvar stand backup and get in there for 4. And the next turn we can play Vein Ripper, and if we don't have to hold up Tyvar stand this turn, we'll have it for next turn. Vein Ripper has been so good. Very, very much been overperforming for me. It finds me lethal more often than not. And it's great at breaking board stalls. Frantic Scapegoat. So he has a 1/1 with Menace. You can slap the Rabbit Battery on there. And we can't block, that's fine. I'm not that worried about 2 damage. My turn. Alright. Did I miss lethal? Hold on. So 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 12. Yeah, I could have. Oh well. I should have just Tyvar stand for a lot, but I didn't think about that. I got too excited about playing the Vein Ripper. I'm fairly confident we're still going to win though. But just before somebody points out that I missed lethal, I am aware, and I will do better in the future. I promise. Boom. Still gone. Victory. All right, 3 more wins.
You're still here. Amazing. Thank you so much. You know what you could do to make me even happier though? Hit that like button and that subscribe button, and you'll just make me super happy like this.
I've been waiting for an opponent like you. White Snicker 42. Opponent's going first. This is a good hand though. We will keep. See what the opponent is playing. Blue, black, something. Oh, is it that deck? Is it a Squirming Emergence deck? No. Well, Graveyard Trespasser should be good against them. Founding of the Third Path. Are we going to be fast enough? They don't have anything to cast. We'll go ahead and get this Tomoko Honor Guard down. They mill 4. They get an Attract in the yard, which we can get rid of that this turn, assuming they don't have counter magic. Fiend's Tower. Alright, so they may be playing a more counter magic heavy version of the deck. We'll see. Hopefully they don't. Nope. Okay, so we get rid of the Attract then. That's fantastic. That slows them down a lot. They have a Virtue to kill our Trespasser. They can discard something awesome, like a portal. They're still a ways away from having enough. Maybe not now. Just casually mill 3. Okay. Let's look at their yard. It's all permanents. So they have enough to get back to the portal. They don't have green mana yet. I'm thinking... I don't have double black either, though. I'm going to play Hulking Raptor. No attacks. Hope they don't have green mana Squirming Emergence here. Okay, that's not green mana. They put a Souls of the Lost into the yard. Alright, we're going to play Gruff Triplets, I suppose. Get in there with the Hulking Raptor. they take it, which is a mistake because if they do reanimate the Parasite, oh, that sucks. Okay. Never mind. Trespasser, nice. All right, so we can get rid of the portal's the only good thing in the yard right now, right? Yep. Oh, we could have gotten rid of 2. I didn't realize it was nighttime. Oopsie. I would have gotten rid of something else, like the souls. We have a tie bar stand though, so we can protect our glutton. Get rid of a prankster and a souls of the lost. Yep, that's gonna do it. All right. So they never found their green mana, but they only had 2 cards in hand, so they may not have even had the Squirming Emergence yet. But we got there. Devacarian. All right. Opponent's going first. We'll keep. Got an okay curve here. Plains for the opponent. Warden of the Inner Sky. Can we race humans? Novice Inspector for the opponent. Immediately start tapping all their things. Really go for a removal spell right here. That is not a removal spell. Sanguine Evangelist. Pretty good. No block. Go for the throat is very good. I'm gonna get in there for 3, see if they want to block with their inspector. They do choose the block, so we're gonna go ahead and stand for 0. We have to slow them down. We have another one, so it's not like we don't have a way to protect stuff later. And we kill the warden. So if we don't get their stuff off the board and keep our board around, this evangelist is gonna get out of hand quickly. We don't find a land, but Flesh Forger blocks and it gains a play. So we'll get in there with the Honor Guard. One has a reinforcement. It's unfortunate, but that's okay. Opponent's gonna sacrifice the clue. That's good. Good sign for us. Means they're desperate and they're looking for stuff. We're gonna get in there for 1. Man, we cannot find a land. I'm gonna pass. Hold up Tyvar stand for this Flesh Forger. Gonna get in there for 1 again. At least keeping them from doing anything. There's a land. Alright, let's start getting in there. That is fine by me. Gets the battle cry off the battlefield, takes us back up to 14. They have 2 flyers. We've got Ferox next turn 2. Okay, Emodane's Recruiter would be not very fun for us here. 4 leaders call, that's pretty good. We can race them at this point though. Alright, so we got Ferox and Tyber stand to back it up. So they're on the clock now too. See what they have here. They do have Recruiter. They ping us for 2. They get in there. Alright. Deathcat Blade. Well, our only option is to hope they don't block one of these. Maybe they won't block one. They double block one. Big mistake. We get... Oh, oopsie. Too many mana. For 5. For the lethal. GG's. Boy, that was close. Got hairy there for a second. All right, here we go. Final boss. AGP. AGP. All right, we get to go first. We need another black mana, but this isn't terrible. Plains and case for the opponent. That is not another swamp, but Mirex and Amalia for the opponent. Opponent gains a life. Sunset Revelry on top. They know that. Alright, well, we're definitely going to go for the throat this now. Pay the 3. Attack them down to 18. Hope the opponent doesn't have a super awesome follow-up to that. Piata for the opponent. Another black. So we will play Flesh Border. Get in there with the Tomoko Honor Guard. Let's not choose the block. Alright. Opponent finds black mana finally, but it's tapped thankfully. Crawl for the opponent. Gain a life. Get in there with Piata. Mana is always good. Let's go ahead and play Trespasser, eat our Amalia. Get in there, 4/6. Pass. 5 of our stands might get us there. We'll see. Opponent's gonna gain a life. Go get a Plains. Means they can probably cast something else this turn. See if they... Okay, Rite of Oblivion. Perfect, we'll let them pay the life. Five our stand. Fantastic. Yeah, we got there. Alright, Mythic. Mythic with this jank. Mythic with this jank. Alright. Alright, and we're back for the post-game wrap-up. As you can see, we did manage to play this deck from the bottom of Diamond all the way up to Mythic with a 58% win rate overall, 63-46, so a little over 100 matches. So it did take us a little while, but I mean, 58% is around what you see in the top meta of any other deck. The deck is much different than the meta, so that's what's really fun about it, is that you're playing something people aren't expecting. You're playing something people don't know how to react to as well. And also, you're just making all those people playing all that hard removal super, super mad. And there's nothing more fun than making people salty when they're just trying to kill all your stuff. So I highly recommend trying this deck out. It's very fun. It's relatively budget friendly. I mean, a lot of this stuff you probably already have from older sets, you know, Gruff Triplets and Hulking Raptor, Graveyard Trespassers. These are all older cards. You probably have a lot of these. The only new cards that are taxing in the deck are the Axebane Feroxes, it's 4 rares there, and then the Vein Rippers as 3 mythics there. But Vein Ripper has overperformed for me in most cases. It's won me games plenty of times, and I highly recommend it. So as always, it's been a pleasure playing with you guys, and I will see you in the next one.